The RSI Hermes is our latest addition to the RSI family. In short, it's based on Apollo, Medevac and Triage designs. Instead of the medical support, Hermes provides additional cargo space. Almost all the interior has been changed to be one large loading area, with the exception of the cockpit, of course. It's built to accommodate 288 SCU containers. And there's even extra free space in the central area, which is kind of a corridor, and near the ramp. And as expected of a cargo variant, there's even a tractor beam running down the center of this corridor. I typically like that the transport variants have tractor beams attached to the ship, because if you should leave yours behind or not have enough power in your handheld tractor beam, it's a good alternative to use. But at the same time, not all of these positions are placed so well. For example, it's got the frontal and rear position. Frontal being inside the cargo bay and rear being at the cargo bay door. When we are managing from the cargo bay door, we can pick up containers, we can move them inside. What we cannot do is position some of the containers on top of each other, because when the tractor beam turret is at the rear ramp, it doesn't have the angle enough to position one container on top of another. You can move a big one to that position, you can lay down 2x4s, 2x2s, 1x1s. Yet to stack anything on top of each other, we would need to move the turret back to the frontal position, where angles can be managed a bit better. I cannot be the only one thinking that I kinda want to push myself with the container when I'm managing the tractor beam, because I'm positioned right at the place where container might even hit me by accident. All the modules inside are placed the same way as Apollo, Medevac and Triage, because it's pretty much one for one the same ship. Even its components like 4 size 2 shields, 2 size 2 power plants, 2 size 2 coolers, not to mention its weapons, which are 2 size 4s and turret with 2 size 4s. The Hermes has no modular inside options like the medical variants, where you can have some variation in what you are using. Cockpit is also built pretty much the same way, and yes, there's still the frontal access elevator. You have personal spaces, you have beds, you have your little toilet, all these simple things which we found on the regular Apollo. In the rear, we do have armor and weapon cases, so yeah, you don't get everything at the cockpit. I think its biggest downside and missed opportunity is the vehicle transport, because we do have quite a bit of space inside the ship, but the access ramp is very tiny and tight. We are also dealing with a large ship, and that's why its maneuverability is not as great as many others. It's meant to be kinda slow and sluggish, because it is a cargo hauler. I indeed took it out for a spin, and I like where the ship is at. We have these 288 units of cargo space, which is more than some of the large dedicated transports like the Constellation Taurus. We can fit some really large containers inside of it, unlike the Caterpillar. I like to think that it falls into a perfect spot, reaching near 300 containers of space. We don't have many ships which fall between this 200 and 500, and this is a nice addition. Perhaps it's even a stepping stone as you start out with something smaller like 50 to 100 units of cargo, like Misk Freelancer or Misk Freelancer Max or Zeus CL. Then you have options to pick something like the Taurus or now the Hermes. And if you really want to go hard at it, there is the C2 or M2. In my personal test scenario, I picked it up from Levski, so I took a Nix contract and took it to Stanton with some cargo on board. I think it's a solid option for cargo missions or perhaps even cargo recovery even. It's spacious enough for you to do your own trading or deliver some mined goods. While its standard control mode speed isn't that great, it can reach an incredible maximum speed with navigation mode, reaching the level of light fighters, so technically it should be able to make some distance between it and its hunters, not to mention a solid health pool of 124,000. I want to say one more thing. The RSI Hermes and Apollo designs are somewhat similar to the RSI Constellation series. Main difference being that the Hermes is flatter and wider, while the Constellations are a bit taller and spread out. Where I want to get is that it's kinda like a Mark II or Mark III of Constellation series, just with a medical or cargo twist. Personally, I think the Hermes serves its transport role well. You don't need many tools to be efficient with a cargo transport. The only real downsides I think are the cargo ramp, which is very tight, and the tractor beam positioning, where it cannot lift containers on top of each other. It is great that you can operate such a vehicle with just 2 players, maybe 3 if you want an engineer on board. It's not meant for combat, it has minimal defenses, and you should mostly utilize it for safe cargo transport. So don't forget to tell me how you like this ship. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching.